Greetings, friends. Welcome to another edition of the Gospel Uncompromised. I am Pastor Darrel G. Bush from the Church of God. The church is built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone. I just wanted to jump on for a couple of minutes to speak about yet another horrific murder of an unarmed black man by law enforcement. I'm sure many of you have seen the just diabolical murder of George Floyd. I tell you, I saw this video and it was just, that has to be, all of these videos are just horrible, but this has to be the worst of the worst. I mean, you had this pig. That's what he is. He's a Satan-filled pig. Place his knee into the neck of Mr. Floyd and suffocate him. This man died a cruel, horrible death. He was already subdued. He was handcuffed. There was no need for further force. He was already subdued. And then you have these other three pathetic pigs that just stand by and watch this take place. Ladies and gentlemen, we saw full well the culture of the police departments throughout the United States. This is protocol. Because if any one of those other pigs had stepped in to try to intervene, you know what would have happened to them? They would have been fired. They would have been seen as, not supportive. I actually know a young lady who was a police officer. I mean, this young lady grew up in a, kind of rough neighborhood. And it was her dream to become a police officer so that she could affect change. And so she went to the academy and all that. I became an officer. Do you know this lady was fired because she would not participate in the brutality of a suspect? One day, the police were brutalizing a suspect, and they wanted her to join in the malice, join in the fray, and she wouldn't do it. They fired her for cowardice in the line of duty. That's the culture of American police as it relates to black people and other minorities. How is it that white mass shooters, I mean, these people are armed, having just killed, several people, but yet they are apprehended without incident? How is that? How are these pigs not already arrested? You can make an arrest based off probable cause. That video is probable cause. That video is probable cause. If you and I had done this, we would be sitting in jail right now. Wow, So stop it with the we need to do our investigation. No, you don't. You need to arrest these demons, and they can sit in jail while you do your investigation, while you complete your investigation. They don't need to be free. They need to be arrested and denied bail because of the heinousness of this crime. And we're going to see the standard protocol here. They're going to besmirch this man's name. They're looking right now to dig up some kind of dirt on this young man. They're looking for dirt right now. And they're going to, I'm almost certain they're going to flood the airwaves. Flood the airwaves with if this young man had been arrested before. They're going to find out if he didn't turn a homework assignment in the 3rd grade. This is absolutely ridiculous. No one can look at that video and find any justification for what. It doesn't matter what happened before. So we're already hearing, well, what happened before the recordings began? All right, well, we have the cop cameras. We have their body cameras, but they hadn't released that yet. Why? They're trying to find a way to make this favorable to the police. And I'm going to say something right here, and I know this is going to draw the ire of a lot of people, but I really don't care. I want to say to all of white America, you can't just stand by. Every time something like this happens, well, I always get to hear, well, I'm not racist and this, that, and the other. Your silence is complicit. You're in lockstep when you stand by and don't say anything. You cannot, there's no way you cannot have an opinion about this. Just simply say to yourself, if white America, if this were your brother, if this were your husband, would you be okay with it? White America, you are responsible for this because you don't say anything. You just stand back and act as if nothing is wrong. You've been silent for too long. And we here in the black community have to wonder, although you say you don't agree with it, we have to wonder. We have to wonder. If you don't say anything, what am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to think? It's common, and every time something like this happens, we always hear, well, there's just a few bad apples. No. You know what? Although this was a very in-depth portrait of policing in America. The 3 officers who just stood by, they didn't physically murder this George Floyd, but they did participate in his murder. This is procedure. It's procedure. This is how policing operates across America. I will venture to say that 70 to 80% of all police officers would do just what those other 3 officers did. They would stand by and do nothing while they watch their colleagues brutalize and even murder a suspect. This is what happens throughout America. Those men, all of those men should be in jail, right? They don't need to wait for an investigation to be completed. All you need is probable cause to make an arrest. And you have more than enough probable cause to arrest these men. These pigs, rather. I'm sorry, they're pigs. They're demons. And they need to be arrested. We don't need to wait, not tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow. These pigs need to be in jail, and they don't need any bail. They need to sit in jail for months until their trial. This is ridiculous. And white America, you're complicit. You're complicit because you stood on the sideline. You won't say nothing. Isn't it amazing how you evangelicals, you white evangelicals, you have so much to say about abortion. You have so much to say about abortion. You're not pro-life. No, you're not. You're not pro-life. So stop telling that lie. This man was murdered and you're silent. How many of you, Rod Parsley, are you going to preach about this? John Hagee, are you going to preach about this? Paula White, what say you? But you're supposed to be pro-life. You're not pro-life. And I don't care what anybody says. This president that we have in this White House, he has stoked and fanned the flames of racism. This is what he was talking about when he said, "Make America great again." I mean, we have just gone right back into the 40s and the 50s. This is what Donald Trump was talking about. Make America great again. Those were dog whistles. Those were dog whistles. He said, "I will be the law and order president." Everybody knows what that meant. What are you gonna do, white America? You can no longer stand on the sidelines. You have to start calling out your own. I could be George Floyd. You know, whenever I'm a law-abiding citizen. I pastor a small congregation. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But whenever I am pulled over by a police officer, I have enough sense. I immediately start rebuking Satan in my mind. I bind you filthy pig. I say that in my mind. You demon, I bind you. I'm rebuking Satan on a traffic stop. We have to have conversations with our kids that you don't have to have with your kids. We have to be, we don't want to make the officer feel threatened in any way because our lives are on the line literally over a traffic stop. When Any encounter that we have with law enforcement can turn deadly. It's not right. It's not right. And you know it's not right. It's not right, and you know it. I don't know what, they said that Mr. Floyd was suspected of fraud. And you choked the life out of this man. They placed that filthy, disgusting pig police officer placed his knee effectively on Mr. Floyd's the artery, the main artery that supplies blood to the head, essentially. Shut off this man's airways. This man, and in the report they said, oh, he died later. No, he did. That man died on the scene. The EMTs need to stop lying about that. We literally saw the life sucked out of this man on that video. This is not right. There's no way anybody that has an ounce of integrity in them can see that video and be okay with it. We don't need to wait for anything else.